All right then, I'm a proper British gent, happy as Larry to tell you why I signed up for Matthew Donald's Patreon. As a top-tier subscriber, I get all the episodes a day early and no bleeding ads, plus a bonus episode every month about pop culture with prehistoric beasties, and if Matthew's lagging a bit, sometimes more. Last month we had a chinwag about Lilo and Stitch, Godzilla 2014, when dinosaurs roamed America, Sea Monsters with Nigel Marven, and Dino Island 2002, and this month we're off to chat about the Korean flick Dino King. It'll be a grand time for anyone willing to toss in a few pence each month. Have a good one, and I'm a real person, not one of them daft artificial intelligence voices. I'm as real as it gets. Anyway, cheerio.
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow. Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast that, in terms of positioning, is a triceratop. And yes, I mean sexually. My name's Matthew Donald, and each week I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week I'm joined by Lexi Ryan. How are you?
I'm back.
Yes, you are.
It's me.
It is you. It is her. It is I. It is both of us. It is here talking about dinosaurs.
Yes, I'm excited to talk about this one.
You sent me a link to a news article. It's like, we got to talk about this.
Yes.
And you'll see why.
It caught my attention.
Oh, yeah, as it should. But thankfully, though, or maybe well, we'll get to it. But this is a very, very well-known dinosaur we're going to talk about.
Is
here.
it?
Yes. Very, very. In fact, one of the most well-known dinosaurs of all in terms of
Littlefoot.
Well, that's famous, I guess.
Yeah, well-known.
Well, I mean well-known as in scientifically. Like, we've got a lot of evidence.
I thought Labor Before Time was extremely accurate scientifically.
Yeah, I suppose it was. I mean, like...
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, like...
I've never heard of a star leaf.
I mean, look, the tree stars, of course,
That's what they were, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, that was the first movie to have the long necks with their tails all above the ground at all times, like they were supposed to be, rather than before they would just drag them. So, all
right.
So that's
respect.
Pretty accurate about that. The sharp tooth could take a beating and can plow through mountains, and so that was a bit of crazy. So it could leap like crazy. Is this dinosaur in that series? It could be. Actually, no, I don't think so, because I did some research with the pop culture branch. It's not there. Normally I would do a dinosaur-related question. I'm going to get straight to it because I can edit this out if it need be, but your voice is, we're trying to save your voice.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. And if you want to do questions, that's fine. I'm just going to speak slower.
Okay. So you have been having voice problems lately, Lexi. If you could inflict a dinosaur with voice problems.
I suppose it would be one that I don't like hearing.
Yeah.
But this is the problem, because immediately I was like, well, like a scary one, like a velociraptor or a T-Rex. However, if I don't hear them, I don't know they're coming.
Well, actually, they've been told, like, they don't think T-Rex roars.
Okay, really but Velociraptor, like, when they make those noises, I feel like, yeah, right? Yeah,
they communicate through it.
I definitely wouldn't give it to the Parasaurolophus, because that's beautiful, and that's one of my favorite dinosaurs.
Well, they use it through their nose, too. It's the nasal horn.
Okay, so I could curse it.
So you could curse it. It might
fine.
be okay, then, yeah.
Well, this also comes with reflux. So essentially, the reflux is causing the vocal damage. So what dinosaur do I want to inflict acid reflux on to a point where they can only eat plants? So probably a meat eater if I want to be cruel.
Then you would kill it, because then it would die. It has to eat
Which dinosaur do I want to kill? I see. That's what this question has become.
Basically. I was going to say with T-Rex, though, it does something even scarier than roaring.
I got it.
What? Yes.
You already know.
What? T-Rex?
No. You know what animal I want to kill.
Wait. Oh, Bozosaur.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's not a dinosaur, really. But it's like it's dead now. Thanks to me. You're welcome.
Yes, of course. And you got it. Good job, Lexi. You took care of it.
You're cursed with reflux, and you may no longer live.
The very rampant mosasaur problem is now taken care of.
I have thalassophobia.
Yes, and we'll get to it later. Sort of, not really.
Wonderful. I look forward to it.
We have 3 creatures. None of them are sea creatures, but one of them we get to talk about sea creatures. So.
All right.
But we have 3 creatures to talk about today. First one, though, I was going to say this before, the T-Rex, though, the one thing it does, they think is a lot scarier now than roaring, is that it does like a crocodile-like bellow.
I don't know if I'm familiar with a crocodile bellow. I'm going to have to Google that later.
But it's more like you feel it more than you hear it.
I guess the sound that again, Jurassic Park related.
Right. Well, it's
the
like
sound
a big roar.
Okay. The sound I would be scared the most in Jurassic Park is just the tremors. Like the sound that you're like, what is that?
Which I don't know if they did that either, just because, I mean, that's a cool visual thing, but the T-Rex weighs about the same as an elephant, and elephants don't do that.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. About 6 tons each.
Before we dive into the butthole dinosaur, I have to ask some questions on this. In the movie Jurassic Park, which I've recently rewatched.
Yes, great movie.
Jeff Goldblum is not even up to a knee on one of these individuals. And yet if I stood next to an elephant, I'd be probably 3/4.
That's because mammals are so much more dense than dinosaurs.
Because their bones are hollow?
Yeah, it's the hollow bones.
This is a fact I relearn often, and it always blows my mind.
Yeah, well, especially the meat eaters and the long-necked dinosaurs. Because they some of the other plant-eating dinosaurs have more solid bones, but the meat eaters and the long necks, which are the plant-eating dinosaurs closest related to the meat eaters, they all have pretty hollow bones. So therefore they're skeletal. So like T-Rex, despite being much taller and much, much longer, weighs about the same as an elephant. So
I'm going to use that fact to impress people.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool.
But this creature does not weigh as much as that. It's Psittacosaurus. It means
Psittaca.
Yes, it means parrot lizard.
Parrot lizard.
Yes, it's Psitto. Oh wait,
Psittaca?
Psittacosaurus. Psittacosaurus.
Also, the cops are on their way. They found us.
Oh no, we were too busy talking about killing a mosasaur.
Sorry. I didn't mean it.
Oh, the cops always pushing the establishment, trying to.
I didn't mean it.
We must have mosasaurs. That's the way it's always been.
Sorry. Go back to your scary ocean hole.
Go on. No pigs allowed.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I have respect for some cops. For some of them. Some cops.
And pigs.
I'm not quite a cab, but I'm cab. Most cops are bad.
Sure.
I think. I don't know. Anyways, politics aside, parrot lizard is what Psittacosaurus means because it has a beak kind of like a parrot.
Psittacosaurus. I know I'm going to forget that, but all right, Psittacosaurus.
It's Psittacosaurus.
Psittacosaurus.
Yeah. So you like tacos.
I do love tacos.
Tacos are pretty good, yeah. Type it as a ceratopsian, the group of horned dinosaurs that includes Triceratops and Styracosaurus. So this one's much smaller and more primitive and hasn't developed the frill or horns yet.
I did not know until now that Ceratopsian, am I saying that right?
Psittacosaurus.
Psittaco. The type of, you said it at the beginning.
Ceratopsian?
That.
Yes.
Ceratopsian. Obviously, Triceratops, 3.
Yes.
I didn't know that was what's the right word for that?
A family, a clade, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, no, there's lots of them. I don't know if you remember in the later Jurassic World movies, there's like 3 different horned dinosaurs there.
Right. I just didn't know that makes sense that they have like a family name.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that.
Yeah, so ceratopsians, and they have subgroups and all that sort of stuff. And this is one of the earliest ones, but it's let's see if I can find a picture.
Psittacosaurus.
Yes. Why is the Wikipedia article just all skeletons? Okay, here we go. Here's some more advanced pictures.
We're looking at some photos.
Yeah.
Which are they still on the? Yeah. Will they be portrayed? Will they picture
on the Wikipedia on the thing? Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, there'll be a picture. There's always a picture on this.
This is yes. Got some nice weird feathers on the tail,
that's a new sort of thing. The quills on the tail,
like a porcupine,
kind of. They're kind of feathery-ish, which leads because most dinosaurs we don't think most dinosaurs, but a lot more dinosaurs that we can think of have feathers, and this is kind of like that. It's the same sort of structure, but it's definitely not. I don't know. It's
like a quill is different than a feather.
Feathers come in quills, I think.
Not like porcupine quills. But I'm thinking of a porcupine quill. You're right. A quill is
because a quill you write
is a feather. Correct.
Or what you make a wand with.
But a porcupine quill is like a hollow tube of ouch.
Well, it's hair, so same.
It's an ouchy hair.
Yeah, it is an ouchy hair. So I think a quill is a structure, while a hair or a feather is just the type of thing it is. So I don't know. I'm no biologist. Size. 5 to 7 feet, /1.8 but 2.2 meters long, 33 to 44 pounds, 15 to 20 kilograms.
33 to 34 pounds. Okay. I always like a size comparison.
Let's see, 3 feet long. It's about the size.
3 feet? Okay,
it's about the size of a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, I was like 2 of my cats.
Bigger than your
3/4 of my cats. Yeah. My cat's big. My cat's 18 pounds. So.
Okay, well, again, density. Like this is 5 to 7 feet long, so it's as long as a big dog. But
it's 5 to 7 feet long?
Yes. And it's like 2 to 3 feet tall.
Okay. I missed it. Okay.
So yeah, this here, the head to tail, 7 feet.
So it's one of you long ways.
Yes, basically. Yes, I'm 7 feet tall.
Yes. You're in between 5 and 7.
Yeah, well, I guess I am between 5. That is true.
That's why I said you.
I am between 5 and 7 feet tall. That's true.
He's 5'1".
Yeah, that is me. And my girlfriend is 6'6". We make it work.
Yeah.
But so although, do you know if you're 7 feet tall, you have a 1 in 5 chance of being in the NBA?
That makes sense. Yeah. I guess there's what other skills you exploit it, like
volleyball,
make that money.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Other things. All right. Anyways, so diet herbivore, time early Cretaceous, 125 to 105 million years ago. So that's a 20 million year range.
Okay, herbivore.
All right, location: China, Mongolia, Russia, and Thailand. Described in 1923. Pop culture appearances: the movies Fantasia and Transformers: Age of Extinction. This is the fourth of the Michael Bay Transformers movies.
Have not seen.
Okay, so in the latter, it's correctly shown to have the spindly bristles on its tail, but it has a fish in its mouth despite being a plant eater. So
it's an herbivore. Well, yeah, herbivore is plant eater. Yeah.
So then again, it's never shown actually eating the fish. So maybe it's just playing with it. It's like
a cat.
Yeah, maybe.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that is messed up. But I think it's so funny that they got the quill thing right. That's a recent development. So clearly they had some paleontologist. Because like in the fourth Transformers movie, there's a flashback where it shows the dinosaurs going extinct, but they're not due to a meteor. It's due to the race of aliens that created the Transformers, the quintessence, I believe. Okay. And that's also how the Dinobots were invented. Dinobots are so there's big robot dinosaurs in that movie. I'm pretty happy about that.
Yep, that sounds up your alley.
Grimlock, a big it transforms. So normally it's like a big man, but then it transforms into, rather than a car, a big robot T-Rex. So that's pretty cool.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and it breathes fire too.
Manly.
Oh, it's very manly. It doesn't talk though, so it's more beastly, I guess. But then again, maybe some men shouldn't talk, anyways.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so it continues the trend of Michael Bay movies getting some obscure fact about prehistoric times correct, but then getting something else wrong that they should have known better if they knew the first obscure thing. Because in Armageddon, a movie I'm assuming you haven't seen.
No.
Because that's a thing you fear.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay, so at the beginning, it does also show a flashback of the dinosaurs die, but this time it's from space, and it's the asteroid hitting. And an asteroid hits the correct place, which is in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. You can see exactly where it hits. Correct place. But the continents look exactly the same as they do now.
No,
I'm like, if you knew the exact place, you should know they're different.
Even I know that.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Continental drifts. Alfred Wagner.
So here's a question, since you're on the topic of the meteor hitting and the extinction event. If we coexisted, or ever, if humans were here, or let's just say if dinosaurs were in this area, which they were, like how did that impact it globally?
Oh, the meteor?
Yeah, because it was right. I suppose that's true. People say like if a huge bad thing happened in Europe, like or like what is it, Mount St. Helens? Right. So like let's say your favorite topic, Yellowstone, which is not going to erupt. It's getting less and less active. But if it were to erupt, the main problem is not the lava. It's the volcanic ash. I've seen 2012.
Yeah, so...
Isn't that what happens in 2012?
Sort of.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, there's like ash, but then by the end
of it,
I mean,
like, that's what the event is.
Yes, it is. Yes, so I remember, you finally saw that. So
I did. It was better because it was pretty absurd.
It's pretty absurd.
There are bigger things threatening to the world right now.
Yes, indeed. But no, it's mainly the meteor hits. There are impact waves that would set fires around the world. But the big killer is not weather. Like the impact wave; it's the dust.
And how it blocks the sun and changes the weather.
Photosynthesis. Yeah. So,
totally.
Yeah. Although certain animals did great during it,
of course,
because like the deep sea crabs and sharks.
Of course, those weird oceans.
Because as the mosasaurs and the plesiosaurs are dying and their corpses are falling into the depths of the ocean, they're like, "Ooh, feast! Yum yum yum!" They're having a great time.
Eat them up.
See, this is a good message politically, listeners. You have the big scary sharks, the big scary other sort of sea creatures, but if you take out the plankton, it all goes down.
Yeah,
the smallest thing makes the difference.
Yep.
So keep that in mind, listeners.
Sure.
For your government.
Yes.
The smallest person.
Take out the mosasaur.
Yes.
That's my subliminal message.
Yes. I mean,
take out the mosasaur.
Last election, the mosasaur is president. He's going to be president again, so...
I don't know which one I fear more. Anyway.
It's none of it's good. But as well as Transformers, it's in the TV documentaries Dino Dan and Mammals vs. Dinosaurs, The Rise of Mammals, the Dinotopia books, and the video games The Isle and Prehistoric Kingdom. There's also in my Megazoic books a major side character who's a Psittacosaurus, the bazooka wielder, and all-around moron, Zach. He's all right.
He sounds like a moron.
He is a moron. Oh, you read a little bit of my book, so you know. You've seen him. He's in there before.
Yeah, and his name is Zach.
Z-A-K. No,
Z-A-K?
Z-A-K.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to be slightly different the way. Although I've heard there are some people that spell it Z-A-K.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be
bunch of weirdos.
We're just gonna be Z-A-Q because I thought that'd be extra weird and it would be.
He's just extra.
Well, it's like the different sort of world. But then the reason why it's actually Z-A-Q is really hard to type. Because you look at a keyboard, you look ZAQ. It's all right there. It's just that's very awkward from. Well, it's like it's up diagonally on the side. So I'm like, I'm not doing ZAQ. ZAK it is. So. Anyways.
Okay, can we talk about its butthole?
Yeah, well, I'm building up.
I'm excited for it. I'm ready for the butthole.
Like a meal, it takes a bit to go to the butthole. So
I mean,
we got to digest the meal first.
You got to get to that dessert later on.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the most well-known dinosaur genre by paleontologists, or one of the most well-known, with hundreds of individual skeletons collected so far, and many of them complete.
This specific dinosaur?
Yes.
And we're just learning about its butt.
Well, yeah, because it was so well preserved. So we have many adults, many hatchlings, many adolescents, males and females, the works. So
I wonder. I just can't stop thinking about all their buttholes. All right.
There's so many buttholes. There's 11 different species within the genus. 11 different types of butthole.
Different types of buttholes.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wrote down all the species, but who cares? I'm not going to write all of them.
Yeah.
There are 17. Psittacosaurus this, Psittacosaurus that, Psittacosaurus that. See, most dinosaurs are what's known as monospecific, where they have only one species within the genus. But Psittacosaurus has like 11, and some like T-Rex have 2 because like Tyrannosaurus is a genus, Rex is a species. But recently there's Tyrannosaurus macraensis that was described last year. There's another species of Tyrannosaurus. Huh. But T. macraensis is not going to roll the tongue as well as T-Rex.
Not so much, and especially a 2-year-old can't say it.
Yeah, so. T-Rex is easier, so...
So here's my question on, you're saying that this is one of the most well-known.
Yes, paleontologically speaking. Obviously in pop culture, it's not.
Yeah, because it has so much evidence left behind and easy to discover. So my question is this something that scientists think was more adaptive? Like, why was it so plentiful?
Well, there was a lot of different places, and it had a long time because it was 125 to 105 million years ago. 20 million years is a long time. So
it was around for a long time.
It was like a very, very well adapted for its.
That's what I was wondering. If it obviously could adapt well,
or it could just be luck in the preservation process. Maybe more of them are like this than we think. We just don't have the evidence for it. So
it's because of their buttholes. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, it's because this one's
the key.
So well done. It's so well preserved that we can manage to find the butthole. Yeah,
the butthole makes a strong skeleton.
I mean, come on, do your squats. Well, that's not really butthole, it's just butt.
It's all connected.
Clench. I was certainly, for this election, my butthole was clenched almost the entire time. So
Mine too.
I bet I have a really strong butthole now. But when it released, even though it was not good, it was pretty cathartic, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm trying to disassociate.
Same.
Talk about dinosaurs.
At least until January.
Well, and then I'm going to dissociate even harder then for me.
I don't know. I'm moving to Canada.
I would, yeah. Colorado.
I have a friend in Canada. He's like, you want to come down?
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, let me know. Unlike its related relatives, Psittacosaurus was entirely bipedal, although his evidence suggests that it was quadrupedal, semi-quadrupedal as a hatchling, and it gradually became bipedal as it grew up. So it walked on 2 legs rather than 4. Mm-hmm. So there's another
but
mammal.
no 3 legs. Weird.
3 legs could work if you have like the
yeah. I mean, like monkeys kind of do it a little bit, where they kind of like use one fist as they run.
You see like a gorilla do that, where it's carrying its baby, mother's carrying its baby in one hand while it's like walking 1, 3. There you go. Yeah, tripods.
Wait, but in terms of their phalanges,
yes.
What did they?
Oh, they had 3 or 4.
Is there a situation?
You're safe there.
Right.
with you fearing of 2-fingered.
I don't like the 2 fingers.
Yeah. Well,
it looks wrong. That's the T-Rex, right?
T-Rex.
Every time I learn that fact, it blows my mind as well.
2 fingers.
Super friggin' weird. A permanent peace sign. You are not peaceful, sir. Put that away.
Well, Walt Disney felt the same way, because even though they had in Fantasia, even though by that point they knew it had 2 fingers, he's like, give it 3. It looks better with 3.
It does, because a 2-fingered being looks ridiculous unless you're a human with a deformity.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen some people on TikTok.
I've seen people. I was going to say I've seen some people on TikTok. I've seen a couple of circus performers who have 2 fingers, and they look pretty
You're
great.
loved. You're not a freak. Just the ones that naturally
This is what the ones who want. If you are like that and you want to eat me, no, you're just as weird as a T-Rex.
I was going to say, no, if they're going to eat me, I think they've earned it at that point. They've had to deal with the fact they have 2 fingers. Go ahead.
I am not coming with you to the circus.
Oh, no. Well,
you're going to go eat me.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not, it's not that I want them to. It's just that they decided to. Who am I to say no?
I get it.
Okay, one last thing before we get to the thing you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So there was a species of mammal that lived alongside this thing called Rapenomamus. That was one of, if not the biggest mammal of the dinosaur era, the Mesozoic era. I actually use some of them in my Megazoic books as guard dogs for a villain.
Fun.
They're like big, like rat
Yeah.
ROUSs basically. Although they're not rats because their rodents weren't a thing, but they kind of look like them.
Yeah.
And we have a Rapenomamus skeleton with a baby Psittacosaurus in its remains in its stomach. We have
wait, what?
Yes. So sometimes we find skeletons with other skeletons within them.
That's pretty cool.
So we know they've eaten them.
It was eaten.
Yes, this thing was eaten by a mammal. This is the only known example so far, or the first known example so far, of a mammal live eating a dinosaur.
What mammal?
A Rapenomamus.
Right, you were saying that, but how big is that?
About 4 to 5 feet long.
So it was shorter.
But again, there's a baby. Those are eating a baby.
All right.
So.
In one bite?
Apparently, or at least the bones were in it. So.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
What a monster.
I know, though. That's I called them monster rats in my book, but I didn't want to keep typing out Rapenomamus. So
it has that vibe.
Yeah, no, it's like, rawr. And then she trains them to like eat armed dinosaurs, like in packs, so like swarm and grab on.
Yeah,
so, pretty scary stuff.
It's like the scarab beetle in the mummy.
Yeah, basically.
It's just bigger than.
Yeah, I learned recently those were supposed to be supernatural because I remember thinking about that.
Yes.
Well, I knew. Oh, look, yes, but the paleontologist part of me was like, is that just part of the ecosystem in this universe?
No, it's in Hymenoptera. Of course it's not real.
Yeah, it's like, well, because there's that one that's in the...
I have a secret to tell you as well. Yes. You know the mummy wasn't real, right?
What? No. No.
Imhotep was not a real person. I'm so sorry.
Essentially the first was, though.
Yeah, but you know who was real? Rick O'Connell.
Yeah,
he was real.
I mean, Brendan Fraser,
real hot.
His grandson. Yeah, he is real hot. Everyone in that movie is hot. Everyone in that movie is hot.
The mummy, more like the daddy.
The mummy is more like a Nux and a Moon to me. Yeah. Well, she also is a mummy later.
She also sucks.
She does in the second one. She sucks.
In the second one, she sucks. She's like, screw this, screw love. Yeah. I'm saving myself. Yeah, no. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Oh man, but good movies though.
Okay, let's get to the butts.
All right, yes, the pièce de résistance. We're finally at the thing we want to talk about here. So, there were several Psittacosaurus specimens that are so well preserved that we have patches of skin and scales. To the point that we actually know the color of this creature now too.
What color?
It is brown with tan underbelly, or reddish brown with a tan underbelly.
Reddish brown.
Yes. So
an auburn.
Yes. We also uncovered ornamental bristles on its tail and a patch of tissue between the hips and the tail, aka the butthole.
That's what it was.
Aka the cloaca or cloaca.
Cloaca.
I forget which one's the British way. Which one's the American?
Cloaca is what I hear.
Okay.
Weirdly in my D&D campaign that has become a term.
Often?
A familiar named cloaca. Well, no, is that in? We use it in my campaign, and they also use it in Dimension 20. So now I'm confusing the two. But
okay,
apparently it's common in D&D.
Okay, so a cloaca, and for those who don't know, listeners, is the reproductive organ that both birds and crocodiles have, and since they're the two most modern relatives of dinosaurs, close relatives of dinosaurs, it makes sense that if both of them have it, that dinosaurs have it too. And this is confirmed that yes, they do have it.
So this wasn't a butthole. This is a cloaca.
So a cloaca,
it includes the butt.
Yes, that's
hole.
The thing. So you know how we have multiple holes down there.
What?
So
I have one.
Oh, whoa!
For everything.
Whoa! You're like this. You have a cloaca.
I do.
A cloaca. But no. So men have 2, women have 3, which apparently some men didn't realize.
Well, take your sex education. Let's not defund education, friends.
No.
Sex education for all.
No, exactly. So that way you know that women have 3 holes down there. I remember I was way too old when I knew that.
Let's learn. Also, side comment, but I got to make it. Did you ever hear about that thing where I think they made a song about it on Instagram where it's like they sent a woman to space for only 6 days and they gave
how many
her
tampons do you need? 100?
100 tampons. Jesus.
At least
take some
points on them for at least asking.
I mean, kudos to giving the woman what she needs.
Yes.
But oh my gosh, we need some representation in NASA with the females. We need some education in the schools.
If that was me, I would have been like, no, I need 200. Then just get a bunch of free tampons.
I would just be like, I actually need like 10,000 guys.
Yeah, it's like guys, you have no idea how heavy my flow is.
Right before the mission, I'd be like, I'm just kidding. I need like.
Well, no, just say you need 10,000, give it to you, and then you have a lifetime supply.
No, I just want to make them work, and then be like, no, and actually.
Okay, you're looking at the trollish way. I'm looking at the practical way.
I'm trolling.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good to know. But anyway, so we have multiple holes. Although, yes, you don't. But you're like dinosaurs only had one, at least down there. So they had a singular hole for let's see,
the pooping and the
reproductive,
peeing.
urinary, and excretory systems. A single hole.
Without getting too graphic, I want to know like
it's pretty efficient.
Like with sexy time, how does how do things know where to go?
There's a little bit difference between the male and the female, and they I hate that I have firsthand knowledge of this. They pucker a little bit. Like lips.
No. But I mean, like, I'm the male. I need to impregnate the female.
Yeah, you just go and touch cloacas.
You just touch it.
Yeah, well, just touch and then like, a little bump. Do the thing that like you
trade.
Same as
trade plants,
trade seeds and
you trade it.
Yeah, trade. Make an exchange.
When a mommy dinosaur and a baby dinosaur love each other very much.
Baby dinosaur.
Oh, gross! Never mind.
It's a pedophile dinosaur. No, stay away from
pedo-incestual dinosaurs. I'm sorry. Your podcast is going to be banned.
It's going to be demonetized. I'll censor that out with the Velociraptor.
All right. So we know it has a butthole, and we know that it
has a cloaca.
Yeah.
But if it sounds gross to have it all in one hole, just be glad it's not like a starfish or an anemone where they have one hole for everything. Mouth, anus, everything.
I'm glad I haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You know that in Finding Nemo, there's that starfish that talks?
Yes.
Yeah, so its mouth is there, it's talking. That's also its butthole.
Makes
it's in the right place.
That makes sense. What about an octopi?
Octopi has a beak. They have a different
hole.
But
do they, where's their
I think it's separate. I think they have a separate one. Also, they have a weird little tube that switches places that expels water and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah.
So all right. It has a. Why do we think that that's newsworthy? It caught my attention, but why?
Because of how well preserved it was.
Okay.
Like I said, if a crocodile has something and a bird also has something, it makes a lot of sense for dinosaurs to also have that because one of them is their direct descendants, the other one is a close relative, and they're both alive today. So, but it's just neat to have the confirmation. And again, it's so well preserved to find that. I just feel kind of embarrassed for the poor Psittacosaurus. They were just sitting there or doing what it did with its imprint. And then who knows, 100 million years later, here we are studying
looking at its butt.
Well, how would you like it if your body and your butthole was studied 100 million years later?
I
guess you wouldn't know.
I could donate my body to science willfully.
Yeah. I have said I wanted to be artificially fossilized when I die.
I don't know what you mean. I know what
fossilized. Just make sure my skeleton lasts forever.
Nice.
So when the aliens inevitably conquer us and have bones in museums, it's me that's the example of the species they conquered in their alien museum.
People would donate their body to Body Works. That just makes me think of that.
Yeah.
Wild.
They get their bodies taxidermied, do a really cool pose.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah, like fighting a mountain lion.
Yeah. I want to be taxidermied and put on the Iron Throne.
That'd be cool. You died on that throne, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
We're pretty good. Anyways, yeah. So Psittacosaurus had those bristles. It was an early ceratosaurid or ceratosaurian. It had. Did I say it had a butthole already? I probably did. It had we all have buttholes. Everyone poops, guys.
Everyone poops. Also, the eggs. Do those come out of there too?
Yes. Okay. Reproductive and urinary and reproductive and excretory. Yep. Everything. Just one hole. It's very efficient.
Unsanitary.
Yeah. Well, there was I also learned recently the term cloaca literally translates to sewer.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like anus, that makes more sense for a sewer, though, than cloaca.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's all inclusive with all of what it's used for, that's also kind of like babies come from the sewer. That's not a very good message.
I also wonder if I don't know if pain receptors have anything to do with how many there are, but men are much more vulnerable down here than women. You kick a man in the balls, he is not going to function for like a week.
That's a firm kick.
Do it to a woman and she'll be okay. It will hurt a little, but but it's fine.
Because we have balls of steel.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're invisible.
They are. Wow, whoa, I didn't know this.
Yeah, because you didn't know we had them, did you?
I guess my
it's actually a pocket dimension.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. The other word, that's where it goes.
Yeah.
So that's wondering why no one can find it. Okay.
No men are invited.
Indeed. Well, fair enough. We don't deserve it.
Nope.
But yeah, other than that, it got eaten by rats. I guess I got eaten by monster rats and other things.
Terrifying.
Yeah. And so let's rate it 1 out of 60.
What a life. Yeah.
Rate it 1 out of 65 million. 33 million because that looks like a butt.
That is good. And I was trying to think of a butt-shaped number earlier, and I couldn't think of one.
Yeah, 33. So it's
rats.
like butt or boobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
imagine. Yeah. Now we need to find a booby dinosaur.
Well, those are mammaries. I like mammals, so they probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
They might have big pecs. I don't know.
I don't know. The butthole.
Would you count the chest armor of a crocodile dinosaur? Like that?
I need to see some illustrations.
Okay.
To confirm.
Okay, because most dinosaurs have nothing.
It has to have a B or above.
Okay, a B or above.
Yeah, in order for us for me to get excited about its boobies.
Okay, I will do extensive research on this.
What cup size does a adult crocodile have? What's my rating?
Okay. Well, I mean, look, what was I gonna say?
He's flustered, folks.
I was thinking about
a crocodile's boobies.
Like I like crocodiles and I like boobs, but I don't
in
usually
a
like them together. I don't like them
in
together.
A brassiere.
No,
in a red brassiere.
It's like I like chocolate and I like chicken, but I would never combine the two of them.
Well, you haven't actually, I can't think of a good chocolate chicken thing I've had.
No.
Okay. So my vote is, I don't know, it just feels solid, but I'm underwhelmed that we just found the butthole. We don't know anything about it. We just.
I mean, what would you like to?
I don't know. I want to know how round it is.
Oh, you're expecting like a big.
I want to see
a good derriere.
I need to look up a picture of this fossil. Does it look like a sphincter, like puckered?
Yeah, kind of.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, that adds a few more points. Let's see. I'm gonna give it I'll go 36.
36 million. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a butt and then someone sixing, not 69, just sixing.
Yeah, that's right.
Curling up
alone. Totally.
So,
yep.
Okay, cool. All right, well, that's it for this week. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at PaleBitesPod on Twitter. On PaleBites Podcast on email. Sorry. I changed things up recently, so I'm not quite
switching it up.
Plus, you distracted me with boobs. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, men, easy.
Look, we're only thinking about one thing, and that's crocodiles with boobs. Anyway,
yep.
So
he's not into you for your boobs. He's into you because it reminds him of crocodiles.
I mean, look, have you seen the shoes I wear in the summer? It's Crocs. So like,
ew.
Yeah, you're right. Whoops, I
don't like feet.
I was getting the wrong audience there. Anyways, so PaleBitesPodcast@gmail.com and PaleBitesPodcast not on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter anymore. It's Blue Sky.
Hell yeah.
Blue Sky the Twitter is deactivated. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, frick Elon.
We are not hateful people.
I have a Tesla, unfortunately, but I want to get
I did see that and I wanted to comment on it and I want to be like, is this new? Is that new?
It is new.
I want to be like, what the hell, man?
I want a bumper sticker that says I like electric, not Elon. So,
okay, that is a good clarifier because when I see Teslas driving around now, I'm like,
I would never get a Cybertruck.
Well, people are boycotting Tesla now too. Yeah, but anyway,
I think
that's
the Tesla car itself is fine because I don't think he designed it. It is engineered.
I don't want any association with
this
man.
Fair enough. I wanted an electric car, and that was.
There you go. You know what? You're helping the environment.
So.
He did say he was gonna. That's the one thing I can think of where he was like, you know what? We don't want to patent that. Everyone can have access to electricity.
Exactly.
Cars.
So
cool. Respect.
So no,
everything else sucks.
I need to get a bumper sticker just to make sure people don't think
I think that's a good move.
The Elon Bros.
Plus, it would give a chuckle.
Yes. And again,
you should also get the bumper sticker on theme from earlier that I've seen when I'm driving in Boston, which is honk if you'd rather be watching the 1999 classic The Mummy starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
Yes, The Mummy is great. I mean, we've been talking about it a lot today. You just watched it recently on your Instagram. I heard that audio and I know that audio from anywhere.
And it was just him making the noise as he was taking the scarabs out.
I heard the music and I heard the noise. I was like, that's The Mummy.
Yep.
I knew exactly what scene too. So.
Yep.
So
anyway.
All right. So where can they find you?
Oh, me? I'm on to Instagram.
Yes.
I'm Lexi Tate 44. You should
join us on Blue Sky.
I don't know what Blue Sky is.
It's basically the new Twitter. It's Twitter from...
I was never into Twitter, though.
Okay, I guess it's just Twitter pre-Elon. So...
Well, good to know. And I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Also, if you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons, DM me.
Yes, she's always looking for D&D buddies. I've recently gotten back into Magic. Oh, sorry, I know you don't. So I was me fidgeting.
He was fidgeting with his feet.
Okay,
I don't like feet.
Yes.
Watch the earlier episodes. He forced me to do one on a foot dino.
That's right, I did a few times.
Erectopus.
Yes, I remember Erectopus. Yes. So, what was I gonna say? God, a train of thoughts.
Are we signing off?
Yeah, we're about to sign off.
Your books?
Say something. Oh, I'm into Magic the Gathering now.
I just played that this morning.
Yes, I have a dinosaur deck. So.
That's so exciting. Commander?
Not quite yet. I got the deck. I'm learning how to play it.
Did you get a commander deck or standard?
I got actually a pre-release deck. So
okay, I wonder if it's 100. So it's not 100. We can talk about this off the podcast.
Yeah,
but
just letting you know.
Yeah, it's great. Also, if this stays in, everyone should be playing Magic the Gathering. It's great. Good. It's also for not just men.
It is not just men, and also it's
be
really
nerdy.
Expensive. So I was making a choice between do I get into Magic the Gathering or Warhammer 40K, and I chose Magic.
Well, and I'll say this in case people do want to know, like Magic the Gathering is expensive if you do the pay to play option.
That's true.
If you're playing with friends who have bought pre-configured decks, $30, maybe even less on Amazon.
That's true.
So, and you can just play those when you want to get competitive. I
guess that's true. Good point. Good point.
But
all right,
do it.
Anyways, that's it. I have a book series on Amazon Megazoic available for print and Kindle. Like I said, there is a Psittacosaurus in it, major character in all 4 books. Well, not major character. He's like a prominent side character in all 4 books, and he has a bazooka, which I think is funny because it's such a small dinosaur, and the bazooka is like bigger than he is. The recoil on that thing, he must go wah, so, flying right back. So I think that's a fun image for sure. Also, I imagined him back when I wrote him, and before this guy got canceled, I imagined him with the voice of T.J. Miller. But then T.J. Miller got canceled
a bad dude.
Pretty good reasons. Yeah. So I'm like, but just like the kind of high, dumb bro sounding guy.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm sure there's other actors that could perform.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So, all right, let's up this week and say the end of every episode of Paleo Bites. Butthole. I don't know. Booty and crocodile boobs apparently.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, bye.